in the studio. Now you can see me. See if you guys are on my YouTube. Yeah, Mr. Twin. Oh, all right. I think we have everything showing and all the things going. I'm going to say hi in the YouTube stream. Live streaming everywhere, Raphael. It's crazy. Crazy town. All right. So, as I was saying, how's everybody doing? How's everyone's energy? What's shaking? What's going on? Tonight, I'm going to be doing some energy readings. We're going to do some energy readings and perhaps check some chakras and maybe even some healings afterwards. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know what the world will show us. Oh, really, Trish? That would be so fun. I would love that. As of right now, the schedule's pretty open. I know I have one client who said she wanted me to message her and she may show up at some point, but she may not. She's kind of like the wind, I say, like the wind. But yes, let me know about when, if you do know for sure, and then I can kind of coordinate that perhaps. Or just pop in and wait a little bit. All right. So Trish, would you like probably two-ish if I'm open? Yes, right now two is open. And the individual usually comes after three anyways at my studio, so they probably wouldn't be there that early. So what I can do is kind of um, just let him know after three or something like that. It's probably open. Thank you for the likes, guys. All the likes. You booping the schnoot. Booping the schnoot. So as I was saying, Trish, you are part of the Mystic Circle Mentorship Program. Would you like a card from the angels? Would you like a chakra check-in? Just to know which ones might be out of whack. Do you want anything or are you just coming to visit today? It is your option, being that you're in the mentorship group, for some free stuff. I must have coffee. Coffee is life. All right, Trish would like to do the cards. I think we lost Raphael. He really wanted to go live. I would have let him, but I don't know if everyone, I don't know. Perhaps next time. All right, let's tap into your energy here, Trish. So we have, I believe, an Aries new moon on Friday. So tomorrow would then technically, for those of you that work in moon work, tomorrow is going to be dark moon. So that's Hecate's night as well. If you work with the goddess Hecate, it's a great night to honor and light a candle and petition and work with her energy as well. For those that don't but still want to work with dark moon, that is for banishing, the heavy duty releasing, the binding of things so that they cannot harm you anymore in your actions and your things like that. So it is the serious getting rid of night for moon work. So if there is anything in your world that is toxic, so toxic, you need to get rid of it. You need to banish it from your life. Tomorrow night is going to be the night for that. Now, it can be immediately you think of, okay, Um, banishing must be a person that I don't want. It can be a habit, a bad habit that you have. That's often what I'll do is to banish and more powerfully release on that night a toxic habit, something that's limiting my beliefs in myself. You know? So food for thought. So as we go into Trisha's energy here, let's roll with some cards. Oh, I see. They want a couple decks here. Very sassy of them. Very sassy. Welcome those of you just entering the rooms. Hi. All right, Trish, to start right off the bat, we have be willing to forgive. The angels are asking you to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. So um, there are some things here. There's thought forms, past hurts. It could be a myriad of things. You'll know intuitively, because I know that your intuition is strong, as I'm mentioning this, what it's gearing towards, what it's pointing towards. So they're asking you to be willing to forgive. Now, forgiving, as we know, does not mean that it was okay what happened. It just means the energy is now holding you back and causing a secondary problem. So, for the highest and best in your progress and opening up new windows and doors, they're asking you to let it go for your own movement forward, uh, specifically in exchange for more peace inside. So Trish says, haha, I've been slowly working on that. Well, perhaps tomorrow night can be used in a creative way towards that goal. Second card brings up again a reminder that you are a light worker who has come to Earth to teach and show others love. So if you try to put that away in a box somewhere, if that's the case, then this is a call to bring it back out of the box. Or if you had maybe lost the feeling of that in some way, or some way distance yourself from that identity, they're calling it right back in. Yeah, they keep saying that, don't they? Is that something that you need to learn to believe in yourself? And maybe they keep saying that. I don't know. I don't know. There's for a good reason. So the next card speaks to God box. And this is the card when we speak to angel boxes, manifesting boxes, moon boxes. It's a box that perhaps you have decorated or you special magical box. I know it sounds that way, Trish. I know. You have an altar box. Perhaps that could be used. I have some other ones I'm creating, some more specifically angel manifesting boxes or angel prayer boxes because there was a request for that. So I'm making some right now. They should be out within the next 2 weeks on Etsy. But they're speaking to utilizing the sacred box to write any worries, concerns, desires on a piece of paper that you put into a special container called an angel box, God box, prayer box. You call it whatever you want. The point is that box is only for that. You don't stick your rings or anything in it. It is for your prayers. A lot of times it is decorated in a manner to focus in or call on particular angels or energies. It is also, Nico, do you have to go back out? Oh, for the love. Let me see if I can open this door for Nico. Come on, buddy. Why always happen? Always right in the middle. I swear to Pete. I swear to Pete. All right. So, like I was saying, yes, a manifestation box, Trish. That's what we're talking about. When some people, certain terms kind of spook them out. So that's why I say, angel box, moon manifesting box, prayer box. It doesn't matter. The point is, you are decorating that box in some manner to attract certain energies, to focus in and work with them and ask them for help. And so, what you can do is write the different petitions on a piece of paper, put them in the box. I like to use different herbs. A lot of times, there's some rose petals in there just for the softness effect on whatever's going to be petitioning about or asking about. But you'll perhaps put some quartz crystal in there to amplify it. There's some angelite or celestite. Um, if it is something that you're trying to protect or shield against, perhaps some obsidian or onyx, or so you can kind of gear it towards. But do feel free to add in some crystals in there too. My live sign, it is. I'm having a trouble. It is going. See, it is going. There is a problem in the wires, and it's making me a very, very angry person because I can't find another one like that. No one will know I'm live if the sign isn't on. Something has gone awry in the wiring. It makes me sad. I know. I feel like half a woman with it. Come on, you big money. It's not happening. I am not live. I am a ghost right now. It is what it is. So yes, Friday is the new moon. It's a great time to utilize if you have a box or if you want to use the altar box created. That could be designated as such. And remember, we have some slide out pieces for writing things and whatnot. Reminder. So for new moon, plant some seeds on some change that you would like to align with. Little change. It could be, improving the length or time of running. It could be, could be anything that you're working on right now. Yeah. So they want you to work with that and forgive too. So perhaps a suggestion is tomorrow night do some big banishing releasing on things that are holding you back or any areas that need forgiveness to just get rid of them, to release it, what you're holding on to in some way, and then use the next night for the God box there. So they also wanted me to pull from the Sacred Spirit and the Traveler deck for you. Simplify your life, travel lightly. So where things have been in the past overcomplicated, too much. Simplify. They want you to travel lightly on your path for now. And walk in the beauty. Isn't this just something? Wondrous universe. It's a wizard out there with the planets. And it says walk in beauty. So when we have this card, it wants you to take the time and just really get the gravity of the amazingness that exists, the potentiality, the we say the universe, but I also mean like that collective out there that we can tap in, that universal river where anything is possible. Our mind is typically the thing that's our way. Yeah, so wondrous universe, walk in beauty. They want you to expand and just really simmer in it. And Trish says, I was so overwhelmed I started shutting down, but starting to feel better again. Good. Travel lightly, simplify life. There he is. Just a little over-the-shoulder sling situation going there. Yeah, and right next to him is kind of like, looks like a trash box or something, and just everything was just thrown in there. Not sure you should trash everything, but they're saying just let all the other stuff go and travel lightly with that. So hopefully that helps. Now, let's take a peek see at the Sacred Spirit deck. So this is the deck that I use. It's purely spiritual and ascension related, vibrationally related. not necessarily world things, but your vibrational upgrades. Trish says, I've actually done that. Thrown things in the trash or gone lighter with it. Okay, interesting. So the card is Sacred Divinity, and it speaks to there are two paths ahead for you to make choices on. This is something, and it's a Sacred Divinity card as well. And is that a goose? What is that? I think that is a dove. A dove, and we have a crow in there. Oh, very interesting. Okay, so the dove is, typically symbolic of a few things, but love and divinity and all of that stuff. Um, there. So that mentions two paths ahead, two paths ahead. So you have a choice. You have choices coming up. Perhaps you already know that. Um, and so choose wisely on these things. Um, Take a look, and it doesn't mean you have to necessarily get rid of another thing, but there are two paths to put your energy towards. So there's that. Trish says both words have been around me, as you know. How interesting. It's true. It's true. What do those two birds mean to you personally? What is your connection? Like they seem to remind you of every time that they show up. I'm sure you're typing. I just know it. Thank you for all the likes. I'm loving it over here on TikTok. And hello, everybody on YouTube. Trish says they are both tied to listening and messages. Well, there you go. There you go. It's really interesting that the symbolism in this card. It's very curious. And the overall to getting back to the sacredness inside of you, the beauty. We have the beauty in the other wondrous universe card with a bunch of different things that led to just this lighter energy, this pure love energy. Okay, Neen, you want? We can do that. We can do that. A single card pull. So it's kind of a quick card pull to let you know some things. I'm also doing divination ordination. $10 energy card pull. $20 or more, we get that plus a healing afterwards, so allowing your chakra system. You're very welcome, Trish. All right, let's see. Neen 0204. There is a need for you to balance emotions right now. So whatever it is that you typically do, or perhaps if you don't have anything that you do to balance these things, it's time. It's time to go ahead and start a meditation practice, start a yoga practice, start a walking or running, whatever it is that sings to your soul to help balance out your energies. And this may also be a calling for you to understand your energy a bit more and what takes it from here to there and how to keep that better in alignment. But that is your card pull for today. The need to balance emotions and utilize that balance as a strength. Hello, hello. Who else is in here today? Oh, Dean, let's see here. If you click on my bio in here, you'll be able to see the Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all of the different things. Okay, for the $20 or more is the energy reading, the full reading, where I check your chakras, give you some information, and after the live session tonight, I'll go back in and align your chakras so they're all flowing. The energy is flowing with the information that you have. So that's the $20 more. And if you go into my link tree, in my bio there, you'll be able to choose which method. They just let me know because I can't see all of it on my screen, unfortunately. I can take a look here. Mm. Do, 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 do. Okay. You just let me know and I'll stay on here. We'll be on for another half an hour or so, I think, probably. We'll find something to talk about. It's a little slow tonight, but you know what? Since it's wider out for longer, folks aren't necessarily indoors. They're out gallivanting places. Thank you, Trish. I don't know if it's clickable in there. I'm not clicking it because it'll kick me out. But thank you for that. I'm back on that. So Trish, what are some? I know you've been really working on. Well, yes, copy and paste. There's a good idea. You've been really working on physical exercise and exploring all of the bounty of that. I have been as well. I went for a walk already today, and I'm going to go for one tonight after everything's done and dinner has been had. Um, I don't know. It's in the air for sure. This Aries energy is getting it done, doing the thing. If you guys don't know, next couple weeks is this Aries energy, action-oriented energy. So you definitely want to put some stuff in that. If you've been thinking and planning on something, it's time to do it. Time to get the ball rolling. It's beautiful energy that supports that right now. Why, thank you, Trish. Yes, it's pretty good. The afternoon walks are brand new for me, but I do about 30 minutes, mile or so, give or take, and then come back. And, until it gets really hot, it's kind of nice, a cool breeze, which is just gets out in nature and helps with the mind for sure. And then you can, as the mind starts clearing, what's left are things that are most important to you right now. When there's so many things in there, it's just like this big nest of ideas and thoughts and everything. But when you're able to do something like going for a long walk alone, it allows them to kind of simmer out and settle. And then what's left, okay, look at that. And we say, okay, let's prioritize that. What do those things mean to me? That's what's left. That's what I'm most focused on. Is it getting me, where I want to be? Do I know where I want to be? This new moon, this Friday new moon is a great time for that. Check it out and see what it is that you truly do want. We always do the exercise on new moon. We sit down with our pen and paper and we take a look at what's working, what's not, what you envision for yourself, what you would love without any limitations or boundaries, and see how you can take some steps to do that. Ask the universe, spirit, angels, God, whoever you want to talk to, the intelligence out there, if they can help show you how you do that, how to bring more joy and peace into your life, some happiness, fun stuff. I always put that fun stuff in there. I need some fun. I need fun things, baby. Okay, Neen, 0204, Venmo, you said. Okay. Let me see if I can get over to that screen real quick. Probably froze on the YouTube. Yep. Let me just sign in here. Have patience, YouTube. I think I need like a third device. a tablet to monitor this stuff. Awesome. All right, so I am back, YouTube. Don't freak out. Hopefully you can see me. I didn't freeze up. All right, so here we go. Eno 204, can I get a whoop whoop? Are you still with me? You have to tap into your energy now and check your chakras. You guys talk amongst yourselves. It just takes me a few minutes to get into kind of analyze what I'm seeing here. Okay, we got the heart chakra, a little misbehaving here. Okay, sacral. Okay, so are you familiar with the chakra system, or at least the seven? I usually deal with 9 or 12, but yes. Okay, good. Well, your soul star is fine. Your crown is fine. Your third eye is fine. Your throat is fine. Your heart is black. So that makes sense with the single card pull that I did with the emotional balance is needed. So something is definitely going on and affecting that energy center, and not allowing it to fully be in its strength and flow through. Next up to bat would be the solar plexus. That's okay. The next one after that, just below your belly button, is the sacral chakra. That's an orange color, and that is out of whack as well. And the root is okay. So what I'm picking up through your energy right now is the heart and the sacral chakra are out of whack. So that feels really like you've been let down. You know, the sacral chakra is your passion and pleasure and creativity. Um, so these are some important power centers that are out of whack right now. Does that resonate with you? Those two being out of whack, do you see where it's going with that? Okay. Okay. So with the sacral chakra, there's a number of ways to work on that. Um, I like to identify, psychologically and emotionally what's throwing it out of whack, so that, or have you kind of connect the pieces there, so you know what steps you need to take next or what direction. Because until those things have kind of settled, or there's some way that you have shifted that energy, it'll keep throwing it out of whack. Um, as your mind is working through and you're taking some of the steps in life to adjust that, you can also work on things that, what I love for that chakra is really to embrace the energy of like a 5-year-old on a playground, right? You just excited about something. You don't care what anyone's judgment. You're just very thrilled. You're very excited. You have a lot of energy. So if there's something that you can just go do, that it doesn't matter what anyone thinks. Maybe it's a pottery class, or a yoga class, or something drumming, dancing. All of that will start to work out that energy area. Anything creative, painting classes. There's some way that you need to start working to adjust that. That is also tied, though, to some emotional stuff, which undoubtedly you know what I'm talking about. And of course, I don't need to know private details on anything, but there's something definitely going on there affecting those two and throwing them out of alignment. And we don't want those to stay that way, especially the heart chakra. I'm getting more, even more of an emphasis on that one, though they are tied together. It seems like whatever is going on is connected to them both. I'm going to pull some cards now. It goes along. Do you understand? Do you have an idea, maybe, Neen, on what exactly that's? Just feeling very misunderstood. Well, that makes sense. And unable to really, express, not so much in the throat chakra, but like the passions, what it is you like, and perhaps seeing, what it is you want, what it is you like. You're not, for some reason, able to do that. A lot of times, this will be out of whack if you are heavy on the duties. Like you have a lot of responsibilities, a lot of stuff, not a lot of time to follow your passions and allow that energy to work through you, because that's a very powerful energy center. It's a cauldron of life. It's a lower Dantian in Eastern medicine. It's a very important power center. If you're into meditation, a lot of times you can use the Kundalini meditations to kind of wake up that power center again and kind of allow a burst of energy to flow through you. So I'm feeling like I'm trying my best. The girl's not seeing it. Okay. So how can, and that can really weigh heavily on the heart area, in the heart chakra, and your emotions. It's not an energy you want to stay. It can get very low energy and get you kind of stuck. Like, we don't want that. Let's pull some cards to see what the angels say. All right, they're calling for some forgiveness. And, it looks like positive resolutions to a particular conflict or misunderstanding. So the forgiveness could be for them, it could be to yourself, to forgive yourself in this situation. There's an imbalance there. Next, we have Archangel Ariel. I love Archangel Ariel. Oh, let's see. You said the heart is where I am feeling it. Yeah. So Archangel Ariel helps with quite a few different things. She's seen here depicted as a female in here. Now the archangels are both non-denominational, and also they don't have a gender. But some of the energies are a little bit lighter, more feminine, if you will, and some are a little stronger, more masculine. So some people associate, especially in oracle decks and tarot decks, associate them with a male or female. But just so you know, it doesn't matter in that way. So with that said, they're talking about you having a great inner strength. But they ask you to release harsh judgments. And again, this card says forgiveness and compassion. So we have two cards here with the words forgiveness in there. Do you know what they might be talking about? LOL, daughter's name is Ariella. Oh, well, that's cool. That is pretty darn cool. The numerology on this card, this Archangel Ariel card, is 11. So with 11s, 11, 11, 1, 1, 1, the angel numbers, the universe and the angels are taking a snapshot on what it is you want, because they're unclear. So whenever I see a lot of ones, it's kind of a clue to get very crystal clear on the direction I want to go, what I want to align with in my life, all of that. So it's those things make a wish sort of thing, right? So Friday is new moon. I believe you were on where I was talking about new moon. It's a perfect time to plant seeds and get back in alignment with what is. You said hush. Hush. You hush. I'll hush. They won't hush though. So to get back in alignment with what it is that you want to co-create in your world. So I would very much advise you this Friday for new moon, and I believe it's in Aries. So that's action too. So we got action and a call to get clear and get some clarity on stuff, so that they can start putting kind of like a chessboard, right? They start putting pieces. Once they get the clear vision, and it is something that is in your spiritual path. Now, you could be asking for something, and it is in no way, shape, or form a part of your experience or supposed to be a part of it. So that might not go up. So the more spiritual you get, the more in alignment and understanding, um, your guides, what they're saying, and what your purpose is. Let's see. He said, I can see 11 a lot, especially today. Okay, so we get Ariel today with Ariella's birthday, and 11 on that card. You can see 11. I am glad you joined us tonight. That's what I'm going to say, because this is not a coincidence. This is a synchronicity faux show. I love that. With the forgiveness, now you have your homework. This is really crazy. It's like that sometimes. So you have your homework on the new moon on Friday. And if you've not done this before, you can very simply get out a piece of paper, get quiet, get some nice music that kind of makes you feel a little spiritual and connected and relaxed. It could be some theta music or whatever it is that works for you to kind of get you in that space. I would say light it, at least a tea light. I like to call in spirit, the angels, light a light, and get your pen and paper out and start making lists. What's working, what's not working, what you hate, what you like, and then you can mix all up those lists. But you got to get it out and get all those raw thoughts out. And don't be shy, because it's only you looking at it. So be completely 100% truthfully honest with what it is you want and what you're feeling, because no one's going to judge you. It's just you and the angels in the universe. Okay? That's all. So really be clear. And then take a look and rewrite, based on all the data you collected, rewrite what it is you want to manifest. And don't say, I want. We know this. We don't put it in the future tense. We put it in the right now tense. So if you're writing, an example is, I am now receiving continuously divine messages through my lithomancy work or something like that. I am surrounded and continuously shown my value, worth, and love from others. So present tense. All right, let's see here. What else would the angels like you to know? Okay, they'd like you to take a look. There's something that perhaps you need to consume more of or stop consuming. This could be a drink. It could be a supplement. It could be, food. It could be more, you need more greens, or you might have been thinking about changing up the diet or having more water. There's something that needs to shift there to lighten up your vibration. Perhaps, this card has come up before when, folks are eating way too many chips and popcorn, and they're like, hey, that's not going to be good for you in the long run. So there's something consuming wise that they want you to adjust. And this is not to scare you. It's to really help your energy lift, help you better align with your guides, to raise your vibration in a way. Second is talking about your root chakra. And they want to remind you to choose only positive thoughts to describe your home, career, finances, and life in general, as your words determine the outcome. So words have power. We all know this. It's almost cliche at this point, but it's for real. It's for real. So they want you to choose only positive thoughts and phrases for this. So perhaps you'll start catching yourself if you say, oh, that's so stupid. I'm so stupid for doing that. Or, it's so, something negative. There's some area here you need to kind of check that and start to insert positive um, type wording that aligns with what you're trying to manifest. Um, instead of saying, "Oh man, I always do this or I always do that" in a negative way, you can hey, hold on, birds are flying out. Um, Perhaps an example is to uh, change that all about, reverse engineer that line into I'm continuously bringing in this, or I'm continuously improving how I do this. So there's something there. Um, Another card flew out that talks about integrity to make sure that you align your actions so that they match your values and inner knowingness with what's right for you. So that's also a call back to getting clear for the new moon on what it is and make sure it aligns with your moral compass and where you want to be, so that you're not, you know, so that you're avoiding doing things just because or because someone else wants it or for some other reason other than purely feeling right to you. Does that make sense? Okay, perfect. So I'm feeling called to also pull one of a card from the spiritual oracle deck. Now, this deck is for your spiritual growth. It has to do with your vibrational upgrade, your alignment, and all of that magical yummies. So we have one. And thank you for liking the live. Thank you very much. What do they want you to know? Do you do any form of meditation now? Deep meditation to contact your guides or anything like that? Okay. All right. So before you go out and do that, do you have some sort of mantra or protection or some way that you kind of protect your energy as you go out there? Maybe you call in, um, a prayer or call in Archangel Michael to guide you through or some sort of energetic protection there because they're wanting you to go out and this card really has it like traveling out there for meditation, but they warn that there's a caution needed. So whenever I see that, I think, okay, immediately they would like you to do some protections while you're out there, perhaps more focused in what you're doing. If you feel okay, you call on your ancestors. Okay, good. If you feel so inclined, um, add in ancestors, call in Archangel Michael. He's kind of like I see him as a celestial bouncer at the club universe. So he will hang out with any other beings that you call in. Um, I have called him in with gods and goddess work and ancestors and all the things. He just kind of hangs in the background and makes sure everything's okay. So you can add him in perhaps to your prayer at the beginning before you go in. And it can be a very quick prayer. It can be something that you've got down routine sentence before you slip into meditation. Um, yeah, but just be careful there with that. And it's not in a bad way. Just go ahead and set that because there's some reason they're kind of giving you just a little direction. I don't even want to say warning. That's not spooky in any way, but there is a need for more of that. But they do like that you're meditating and going out and traveling in that way. There was also sometimes that card comes out when you're practicing astral travel and things like that. So there you have it. Oh, thank you for sharing and liking the live, Trish. And for Dean, thank you for doing that. All right. Are there any? I don't think. Let's see. Angels. Anything else that you have? Okay, you have one more card from the Dolphins. Ah, let yourself receive. This is a nice card. Allow others to give you loving care and receive without guilt or apologies. So they're calling to you to allow yourself to receive good things. And, everything doesn't have to be done by you. Step back, ask for help. You know, that sort of energy is needed a lot more than we know right now. So hopefully that helped. Now I am marking down here your chakras that I'll tap in later after the show, and I will go ahead and balance those out for you. So we have the heart and the sacral chakras. So I will put extra focus on those, make sure they're aligned and spinning in the same direction and size as the others, as well if anything else comes up. If you have followed me, I should be able to find you in my messages, and I can send you the note if any other spirit totems or anything comes in while I'm working on your energy. Well, thank you. And happy birthday, Ariel. Or Ariella, I think it was. I'm here just about every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. and on YouTube. If you haven't followed Lightworker Path on YouTube, that's me. That will give notifications. TikTok doesn't always give notifications, which makes me sad. It used to when we first started, like 4 years ago. Ariella, all right. Hello, everybody else in the group. I see there's some sneaky Pete's hiding. Someone hiding out on YouTube as well. Hello. If anyone else would like let's see here, a donation reading, or if you're brand new here and want a single card pull, just a note what the Fae has to say, you let me know. We're wrapping up, I think, though, because it's kind of slow tonight, and it's time for dinner, I think. What's the vibe for the new moon? Putting plans into action, seeds, planting the seeds for action, not passive or slow-mo. We're talking about executing tasks, and if you've been nervous about something, it's time to do the thing. The energy is right for the next few weeks, and it will support this action taking. It can be, applying for a new job, a new position, or starting something, or putting out some business proposals. This is about owning your worth, and your value, knowing what that is, first of all, and embracing that, and just really owning it and saying, you know what, I have something to offer, and this is what I can offer you. This is how I can help you. Or this is what I want to start. I've been thinking about starting this, and I've always put it on the someday maybe list. And right now, it feels right to start this, and I'm going to put me first, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to start it. I'm going to do the thing. So this anything from starting a creative business to any of the things I mentioned, taking action in a relationship, just very positive action oriented, not arguments. We're talking about progress moving. Yes, it's very empowering and exciting. I feel like the only folks that are really having a little trouble with the energy right now are those that are really kind of stuck with their feet locked in the mud, and they don't want change, and they don't want to adjust, and they're too scared to move forward in areas where this energy is kind of pushing you forward. So it's best to go with that wave and utilize it. So I have heard some individuals having a little bit of trouble with the energy because they're resisting. And we cannot resist. When we are in a go push, zoom energy out there, we got to pick one thing that we're okay to go all in on and give it a whirl. The angels and our guides, obviously, say, okay, show me how I can best do this. Show me how we can, the steps I need to take for my highest and best in this, or what's possible. Sometimes we just say, "Show me what's possible." You know, it seems very like open, but for those that sometimes have limiting beliefs and think kind of um, small, sometimes a good "show me what's possible" is what they need. It's like this amazing thing that they see or happen, or something hits them, and they're like, "Wow, I never thought I could do that or be a part of that, or that was even possible." So that's an okay thing to ask too. Trish says the universe is for sure like move right now. It's kind of cool to see. Yeah, for sure, for sure. And those of us that are embracing it, Trish, you talk to some folks too that are just really just knocking it out, just trying new habits that are healthy. There's all kinds of stuff going on. And it's cool how it's turning out when you just work with the flow of these different, planetary energies in the universe's guidance. Yummy stuff. All right. Any other questions, comments, concerns? And I'll probably wrap it up for tonight. Thank you so much for the likes. I appreciate it. It helps get me back into the algorithms a bit more since I typically only come on Wednesday nights. Who knows? I could surprise. That's why I say follow me, because you never know. The universe may decide, hey, tonight you should go live for a half an hour. And I will. You are very welcome, Neen. Thank you, Trish. And all right, guys, I'm gonna kick it out here. I'm gonna go have some dinner and perhaps another walk. I don't know. I'm using this energy. Plus getting ideas on my walk. So you guys have a beautiful night, and I will see you next time.